What's up, YouTube and Big Unks? BIGUNCS coming at you with a movie review, I guess a TV show review, and a story that Angry Unboxing Nerd wanted me to tell. I saw the movie Imperium today, which stars Harry Potter. Now, I'm not gonna I'm trying not to do any spoilers, but Harry Potter plays an FBI agent who gets, let's say, chosen to join the white supremacy movement to stop a potential bombing, or not bombing, a potential, what do I want to say, weapon of mass destruction, dirty bomb type situation. It was an interesting. I guess it's based on a true story by an actual FBI agent who wrote the screenplay. It was an interesting story. It was really condensed. It didn't leave a lot of time for character building. So, obviously, I'm not pro white supremacy, but like in this type of movie, you kind of want to, I don't know, I kind of felt like, because they kept like bombarding me with all this information, because he, like, when he gets offered the undercover position, his immediate supervisor's like, no, don't do it, no, don't do it. So he goes and gets all this information. He starts reading up on it, and they start like bombarding me with all these information from all the books and stuff that he's reading. And it kind of feels like that throughout the whole movie. Like, at no point do they make the white supremacists feel, I don't want to say sympathetic, but feel like you want to be on their side. Not saying that, you want to be a white supremacist, but in this type of movie, that's kind of what they should want you to do. Because the main character is immersing himself in that world, so he has to, for lack of a better term, has to feel sympathy for them, to follow them, and to, like, not to act like he wants to. I don't know. Just there was not enough character development for me to build it up, because like if at the end it's like, oh, all the bad guys went to jail, you're like, so they were lousy characters and blah 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 blah. And it was just a lot of the characters were just so stereotypical, which I guess they kind of have to be, but like one of the characters, you see his family, you see his wife and his children, and you see that his children have already been indoctrinated into the white supremacy, and and it's like, yeah, but they're still a family. They have to go like on vacations and stuff, and you don't get anything other than the white supremacy stuff. You don't get, mom, dad and the son throwing the football around the yard, so that it's like a dad, even though he talks about, spending time with your family is important. But I don't know. If you like conspiracy theory type movies, you'll definitely enjoy this film. The only real reason I watched it is because it was just, I'd either seen everything else or, didn't want to watch a Disney movie. So, if you like conspiracy type movies, you'll like this. There was a movie I remember seeing a while ago that, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to look it up and I'll come back and tell you. Okay. I just showed you the poster from Imperium. So I'm like, what was the name of that guy, that movie that he was in? Oh, I can't remember his name. Oh, but he was married to that chick. What was her name? Oh, but she was in that movie. What was the name of that movie? I don't know. Oh, they just remade it with that other chick. What was her name? I don't know, but she's in this show. I was like, I had to go find the Orange is the New Black to get Laverne Cox because she was in the remake of a Rocky Horror Picture Show because I couldn't remember the name of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. To find Susan Sarandon because I couldn't find Susan Sarandon's name, so I could find out she was married to Tim Robbins because I knew Tim Robbins was in the movie, and the movie I'm talking about is Arlington Road that came out in 1999. Arlington Road is a better version of Imperium. So it's similar in ideas, it's in it, but it's just it's a better version. So I'd see them if you're into conspiracy theories. You should see them both, but Arlington Road is a much better movie, I think. That was fun. So, anyways, I thought the movie was okay. On my Instagram, I gave it, I think, a C+, because I haven't seen a movie like that in a while, and it was kind of weird seeing Harry Potter, you know, as a skinhead. I started my Jeff Soares hat. Got my 3 pins on here. I just lost my track. Oh, so like I said, if you like conspiracy movies, go see it. And if you see it, let me know either on YouTube or my Instagram, because to let me know what you thought about it. Because I put a lot of value in character development. That's like the important thing to me. So some people don't put as much into that as they do into other parts of the movie. So, all right. Now my story that Angry Unboxing Nerd Mike Tap wants to hear. He had a picture of Sid Haig on his wall that was autographed, and I asked him if that was in a box that had come previously, and he said it was a gift from Marie Gifford that she had taken to a show and got a sign. I was like, oh, I have an autographed Sid Haig photo also that I got in, and I couldn't remember exactly what year. It was after The Devil's Rejects came out, and he was working on the werewolves of the redneck werewolves, or werewolves in the rednecks, or something like that. So it was like around 2003, 4, 5, somewhere around in there. At the time I was living up in the LA area, and my brother lived down in the San Diego area, and I knew about the San Diego Comic-Con, but it has grown exponentially in like the last decade. So I was like, I think I want to go down there and check this out. And then I went online and I was like, damn, they charge like $40 a day or something. Because this is, a long time ago. And then I saw this little section over in the corner on the website that said volunteers needed. And I was like, volunteers. So I went in there and I read it, and I was like, oh, that's not bad. I'll just, go down and stay with my brother for a couple days. And so I signed up to be a volunteer. And opening night, all the volunteers have to come down, and they give you your credentials, and they give you your schedule, and they give you all your stuff. And then you're allowed to just go in to the Comic-Con, which is the Thursday night or Friday night, I can't remember. And so it's a lot fewer people in there because it's only, it's that opening night. It's only people like credentialed people. They don't just let the general public in. So, I got my credentials hanging around my neck, but they say volunteer all over them. So people are like, oh, hey, volunteer, never mind. And I was like, well, that kind of hurt a little bit. So, I'm like walking down the aisle, and I'm like, oh, hey, oh, look at that. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, hey, oh, look at that. Oh, Sid Haig. Oh, there's a Sid Haig. And I backed up, and I'm like, sure enough, there's Sid Haig there with like 2 other guys, and they're like emptying out boxes and putting stuff on the tables. And I'm like, and I did what, you see I'm like, you're Sid Haig. And he goes, I know. And I was like, oh my God. And at the time, I had this little Nokia phone, and it had a camera on it, and I took his picture, And he goes, "Hey, I'm selling pictures." And I was like, "Well, I'm buying your picture." And he said, "All right." And he had like 4 or 5 pictures out there, and I got the one from Devil's Rejects where the makeup's like smeared or gone, and he's got that gross teeth smile. And he wrote something like, "Don't forget to go to the dentist." Said, "Hey." And I was like, "Wow, thank you very much." And I shook his hand, and I kind of walked away, and then I went, I'm just standing here with an 8x10 in my hand. So I went back, and I was like, "You have a bag?" He's like, "Oh yeah," and they go. Somebody goes into another box, and because they were just setting up his little space, so they give me a bag, and I take it and I put it in there. But the ink, so I'm like holding it by the bag, so the 8x10's like this. So I walk away, and I'm walking around, and eventually I check it, and the ink's dry. So I go to another booth, and I buy one of those 8x10 holders. So I slide it in there, and I'm walking around with this, and it's kind of cool. I see a lot of stuff, and I buy a few things. And I've probably been there maybe like 3 hours, and I'm kind of hungry, big guy. So I go out into like the foyer area, and there's a pretzel stand, right? And there's like 3 people in line, so I step up into the line, and they were all like women. So I was like looking over them, and it wasn't, they had like 4 or 5 different pretzels, and then you had salt, and then they had some sodas, and I hear this voice behind me go, "It's a pretzel stand. How long does it take to choose what pretzel you want?" And I go, "Right," I turn around, and it's freaking Sid Haig standing right behind me. I'm like, "Oh!" He's like, "Oh, hey, I know you." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So we talked for a couple of minutes. It was kind of cool. I was like, what I was talking about mostly was because he was in a lot of Pam Grier movies back in the 70s. And he was like, "Oh, yeah," and he told me a couple stories about that. And it was kind of cool. And I finally got up there, and I bought my pretzel, and I bought a soda, and I bought his pretzel. Well, I bought one pretzel for him, but he ended up buying, I guess he was buying them for the other 2 guys in their booth and stuff. So I bought him a pretzel, and he bought a couple more pretzels and a couple sodas, and he thanked me for the pretzel, and I was like, "Hey, thank you," and he walked away. But it was a trip. So yeah, that was when I met Sid Haig. We're best friends now. We talk all the time. Just kidding. But yeah, it was so funny when I heard that voice, and I turned around, and I was like, "Yeah, you're Sid." He's like, "Hey, I know you." So yeah, it was funny. So that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun. I'm pretty sure I have that picture. I don't know if it's on this hard drive, but I will find that picture and put it up. The picture I took of him. I mean, it's so small because you're talking way back when camera phones first came out, and they were, but yeah. So all right, I'll see if I don't think it's on this hard drive, so I'm gonna have to go through some of my other hard drives to see if I still have it, but I will post it at some point. All right, bye.